Sharing stream.
Still laggy in cases, but nothing compared to what it was just a second ago.
Oh yeah, it's a lot better than before.
Okay, good. So, alright, again,
Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks.
yeah,
We should be smooth sailing ahead from here on,
we
hopefully.
hope, cause, again, I did some settings changes, mostly because I wanted to get my streams to look a little bit better. Obviously, there's no way I can due to the power invested with me. There's also the fact that my internet was also being extremely stupid. Proof of that should have been whenever I was trying to upload a video earlier. It took practically all morning. So I need to remember
Would
that.
that be the highlight reel?
Nah, it was the yesterday stream.
Ah.
I mean, record, yes, it's a longer video, so of course it's going to take longer, but I mean, it took longer than normal. So, with that being said, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if it shows up like that next time, I need to remember to reset it, on that day, rather than just let it run, you know. If for some reason it takes longer to download or upload for any reason, just go ahead and reset the internet, don't wait. Because then you're going to end up like me and just realize, oh, we have issues. Anyway.
Now the moral of our story is the point we hope we made. When your internet is loopy,
Aqua, as our newest Keyblade
fix
master,
it.
you are entitled to certain knowledge.
You think Yen Sid partook in the war?
For he tells me the princesses of Heart
Probably not the war, no.
not only from the forces of darkness, which you may assume. but
You know,
also
that was actually one of the things that I was hoping that they would showcase, because it seems like Ericus and Xehanort knows Yang Sid,
Yen Sid
but they
calls
never
them
did show that in Dark Road. Obviously, due to the fact that Disney was like, no, we can't have a younger Yang Sid. No, don't do that.
the
Don't do
balance
that.
of light and darkness.
He's
Young
taboo.
Master knows
It's like, I get it, Disney, I get it, but for canon storytelling sakes, you kind of need to have some leeway.
I doubt there is any connection.
It's like, we like the idea of having Master Yang Sid be a former Keyblade Master, but that does not mean you should showcase that. It's like, Disney, you're no fun.
I got the bingo bit running through my head again.
That was probably one of the best ones that I put together randomly myself. Just all of a sudden, it's like, you got the three good fairies, Cinderella's fairy godmother, and Bingo Night.
And because of their status being in the movies, I imagine this all takes place in, like, Los Angeles or something.
Oh, I just thought of another random addition. You got freaking Merlin calling out the bingo numbers. It's like, B10! I say B10! This is what I do for a living? Should have went back to trying to teaching the ward how to be a freaking king.
Archimedes is the one fetching him the bingo balls.
It's like, and I told you we should have been back at the frickin' cottage! At least then we would have been able to afford a decent living space, but no! We had to live in a frickin' wore-down tower, and now we have to make some extra income just to pay for repairs!
So that's how they run into Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah! Oh, we just created our own random story arc, folks.
It's like that one video that I saw. Hang on, let me just find it again.
Oh, dear.
Okay, the villains restaurant / Disney crossover. This video here. It's basically that, but with bingo.
Oh, good Lord Almighty. Okay, we gotta take a look at this, folks. Hang on. Oh my!
You don't need to watch the video in full. It's just
The image alone is just like, oh my gosh. I'm bookmarking that because I want to see that in whole. But Oh,
Yeah, maybe after the stream. I'm pretty sure this would get us copyrighted.
I wouldn't doubt it, knowing things as is. But still, just to see that, I was like, oh my god, that image paints a whole level. It kind of makes me think of Shrek 2, where you see Captain Hook actually playing the piano and stuff like that. And Disney's like, we're just right now doing a whole Shrek 2 bit. What the heck?
You think the prince that Cinderella gets with takes an interest in any of her hobbies?
I guess that depends on what those hobbies are.
Because from what I heard in regards to relationships, if you could make yourself better friends, you could become even better a couple when you do enter in romance.
And I can agree with that. I used to... go ahead.
Like, for instance, I know this is probably all headcanon and stuff, but like I can imagine maybe Mario taking up an interest in like baking in the time that he has free from like rescuing Princess Peach. Hell, there's even an instance in the original Paper Mario where there's a shy guy that has quite the gut on him. I think he's called Gourmet Guy, and both Peach and Mario, in their instances of encountering them, both of them need to make him a cake.
That'd be an interesting story element.
So now I'm just picturing, like, after the events where the Princess and Mario are able to talk to each other again, and they talk about exactly what happened. Like, Peach mentions how when she's going around her castle undercover and trying to get the dirt on Bowser, she runs to the Gourmet Guy and tells Mario about how she had to make a cake for him, and Mario's like, "Oh my god, are you too?" I had to get the Gourmet Guy a cake and the Shy Guy's a toy box. Otherwise, he wouldn't let me up. Yes.
But anyway, back to what I was saying previously. Technically, they're somewhat of a family connection through, like, I believe that they're related by my mom's mom, sister. So, in other words, she's like a great cousin?
So your grand aunt.
Yeah, something like that. It's kind of hard to explain that connection detail, all family issues and stuff like that. But that being aside, her and her husband, they have been together for close to 50 years from at the time that I talked to them before they had to quit their jobs and stuff like that due to medical issues and stuff. They're doing fine right now, but they had some medical problems that prevented them from being at work. Of course, this happened during COVID, so you can imagine what happened then.
Oh yeah, that's completely understandable.
Yeah, but that being said, whenever I asked them how they managed to handle their marriage for so many years and stuff, her response was, "I just see him as my best friend and stuff." And I was like, I honestly wish I had that.
A best friend?
Well, I mean, you know, someone that I cared that deeply that I wanted to share the rest of my life with and stuff.
What's it like having a best friend, Chris?
Folks, if you've been watching this entire stream section the entire time, it just loops itself. It's ongoing loops. And I love it. What's it like having a best friend, Axel?
Ouch!
I mean, out of context aside, yeah.
That's mean.
Couldn't tell you. I don't have blood.
I mean, I I used to have one, but now I don't. So I can't tell you.
I forget how freaking meta these lines are. I mean, to nobody's view is one thing, but out of context, all of a sudden it's a whole range of story. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
The poor man.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh.
We got plenty of inside jokes. There's that. There's the fact that Recoded had no reason to be. The fact that
Mickey forgot these guys. It's like, why did I forget them? Just.
Or, of course, the one that I have issues with.
Why don't they just tell Sora about what happened in Chain of Memories? Oh, gosh.
And of course, we're gonna run into another issue once we make it to Dream Drop distance.
Oh, yeah, the time. Oh, boy. I love
I was more or less gonna be talking about how Sora should have passed the test along with Riku.
Ah, I see what you mean.
Because, like, Goofy, when he noticed how happy Sora was, he comments like, "Huh, Sora, what's going on? You act like you just passed the test." I'm like, of course he should have passed the test, you asshole! Oh, these guys are not wanting to go down.
Yeah, no kidding. Then again, I'm at just at level 2, so...
I would ask if these guys would make for good bouncers, but I think they themselves are the ones bouncing.
Yeah, jiggly, marshmallowy looking guys. I mean, seriously, every single hit I put on them, they just start to jiggle.
That's somebody's interest.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Someone is into something.
Yeah.
Regardless of how questionable it can be.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna touch that barrel of wheels.
Best not to.
This might be 18 plus, but
That does not mean that we dive into it.
I just realized what were the names of the big elastic brutes called?
Elastic brutes?
Like the ones that had the face on their stomachs.
The face?
The ones that we were just fighting and said that they had the weird jiggle physics.
Oh, those are called, bruisers.
Okay. I might have found what the Pokemon equivalent for those would be.
You found a Pokemon equivalent of those. I guess it was a matter of time.
Okay, you're gonna need to stretch the imagination a little with this, but you get what I mean. Because this one also has a face on its stomach.
Huh. Now I'm curious. It's like, what Pokemon has a face on their stomach now? Okay, let's take a look here, because I'm sure you guys are curious too, but let's take a look here. Oh! Yeah, it kind of does look like a face on its stomach. I didn't even think of that.
That is a face. Those buttons, they blink.
Then what's the top part of his head?
Another face. Like, the eyes on there blink as well. Hey, hang on, I need to find it. I'm gonna need to find a GIF of Mr. Rhyme real quick. Let's see.
Folks, if there's an indication that shows you how much I play Pokemon, that should give you a clear indication. I did not know those actually blink.
That's an image. The one below is the video.
They do blink. That is just a little freaky.
It's an ice psychic type. What would the fairy godmother say when she's trying to blow something up?
I don't know.
Bippity boppum dot up.
Are you okay?
That's gotta be a heavy-ass key for a mouse.
Jock probably saw Mickey holding a keyblade and like,
You have a key yourself.
And where is he now?
Jack can get the key too.
Can you imagine, considering how heavy that key's gotta be for him, he'd be like a freaking berserker and just kind of like slam the keyblade all over the place, like, boom! Boom! Boom!
yeah.
It's like, Shock
Crazy.
may not be good with keyblade, but Shock can be good at slamming!
Jock smash!
I see. Then
No, wait, I need to do that again. Give me a second. Where was it at?
Jack smash!
Folks, if you ever watch the highlight reels, I do apologize for the image that I'm about to put up. I am literally going to Photoshop, as we speak, Shock's green face on top of Hulk's body.
I have an army. We have a Jacques. It's the second coming of I Got a Rock. For those of you who weren't around for the Breath of the Wild streams, you probably won't actually know the reference.
I'm pretty sure I still got it somewhere in my hard drive, but I'll show that image because, that was so funny in my opinion.
I mean, in the highlight reel, you could provide the scenes from the highlight reel on Breath of the Wild.
That is also true. Look how he runs!
He's like the toys from Toy Story 2 where they were using Rex as a battering ram. I don't want to use my head!
That honestly wasn't as bad as what I thought it was.
He's also holding it up like a machine gun or something.
And now all of a sudden I'm imagining Shock with Heavy's body. What the heck's wrong with me right now?
Wait, Shock with whose body?
Heavy from Team Fortress.
There's no one else your grace.
You know, just because.
come on, hurry, Jack.
Boom!
Oh gosh. Oh. Oh. Oh gosh.
This is making up for the technical difficulties from earlier in Spades.
No kidding. Gosh.
Excuse me.
Just to add the little cherry to the top of our humor cake, a belch.
Okay, I know that we had a topic of the dwarves in the Industrial Revolution. I kind of want to have another topic regarding the dwarves. Which Disney character would you say would be good proteges for each of them?
Be what?
You know, like apprentices?
Apprentices. So in other words, each dwarf learning something from another another Disney character per se?
Well, I was more so talking the other way around, but sure, let's go with that too.
Huh. That's an interesting ideal. My biggest takeaway is the whole, what's Dopey gonna be doing? Because as we discussed it before, it's basically natural selection.
Why do I get the feeling like in the live-action remake, Dopey's just gonna talk through sign language?
It's like he just happens to know how to do sign language. It's like he don't talk much. Honestly, we don't get a lot of sign language speaking people. When you think about it in movies and stuff.
Yeah. I think there was even one time in Sesame Street where they had a character that spoke in sign language because they were deaf.
Yeah. And actually at my job workplace, we actually have a deaf person working with us.
Yeah, one of my neighbors in the towers is also deaf.
So it's one of those things where it's like, they are out there, it's just, we don't see it enough, in all honesty. You just kind of forget.
I'm trying to think of which of the Disney characters would work as under the apprenticeship of Grumpy.
Beast.
Beast?
Well, you think about it, Beast is known for his temper. Who else to handle Beast's temper than Grumpy?
Okay.
I mean, the second he starts to rage out, Grumpy's like, "Now see here, you beast!" Like, can you imagine that being played out?
Do you think that Dopey would work well with Olaf?
Probably. I imagine that could work.
Okay, I know that they don't own the license anymore, but if not Beast, I could have probably seen Grumpy working with Kerchak.
Okay. That could work too.
I can't seem to recall that many
The
voices.
wicked queen tricked her into
Well, not
eating
voices.
poisoned apple.
That many characters that would suit the...
Where is she?
Bashful.
In the woods, guarded by
Bashful
seven
would be
fire-
kind of a hard one to figure out.
Perhaps.
Oh man, I just realized something. You know how Rabbit and Tigger have this love-hate relationship with each other?
What?
Like, not love as in like the romance, but like the love as in like, I care about you and your well-being and sort of stuff. Like, I value your friendship sort of thing.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Do not put Tigger in the same room with Grumpy.
I imagine that would not set well. I imagine that would be a lot more ragey form about, a lot more ragey, performance compared to that of Tigger and Rabbit. Like, if you think Rabbit's ragey against Tigger, I imagine Grumpy would be even worse, so. He'd be like, "Confound it, Tiger! Stop bouncing around like that!"
Pooh and Bashful, I think, would be an interesting combination.
I think that would work better, actually, in all honesty. It would. It'd be funny, but probably Sleepy with, Eeyore. Considering how slow Eeyore is and how sleepy
No,
Sleepy is.
Happy with Eeyore.
There's gotta be an oxymoron about that. Just putting Happy with freaking Eeyore. It's like, hello, Happy. Why, hello there, Eeyore. Come on, turn that frown upside down. It's upside down. Just need to be turned around.
But Eeyore, if it's needing to be turned around, it's right side up.
Exactly. Okay, so what about Sneezy?
I'm trying to think of that one as well. Like, I just thought as like a joke combination, Piglet would have been joined with Sneezy because I kind of want to have like an instance where Piglet gets startled by one of his sneezes.
Either that or freaking blown away by the sneeze. It's like, Hitchy, Hitchy, ah! And Piglet just stops him mid-sneeze and he's like, ah. And just blows him away. He's like, oh, dear, bless you.
Thanks. This is slowly just turned from us playing the game to us just putting in like these roleplay scenarios for the Disney folks. Like we had bingo with the 3 good fairies and Bippity Boppity Boo fairy godmother. And now we have Merlin and Scrooge with Merlin being paid for his services of teleportation for Scrooge.
Oh god.
To fix up his little hut thing. Which of the dwarves would you say Pumbaa would fit most with?
Pumbaa, huh?
Yeah, Pumbaa.
Honestly, can't think of anybody.
What if you put him together with Doc?
That'd be pretty interesting. Although I imagine it'd be funny for him to get Timon and Pumbaa mixed around. Be like, Piomba... no. How would he do that? It's like Timon and Pumbaa, but it's like Timon and Toomba. There we go.
Okay, the grouping names, you know how I mentioned how the people shipping Roxas and Shion is basically saying that Roxas is into himself?
Yeah.
I might have thought of a clever name for the shipping of Aqua and Ventus.
Okay.
Hurricane shipping. Because hurricanes consist of strong winds and a lot of rain.
Clever. Quite clever.
Okay, so I think at this point we just left us. We only have Sleepy, and yeah, I think that's it.
I mean, I would hate to put Sleepy with Princess Aurora for obvious reasons, but that's the only thing I could think of.
The doorknob from Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, you got me. It's like how to take better naps. I can teach you that in spades. And I can teach you that in hearts. And I caught myself realizing what I just said. It's like the
best jokes are the ones that you laugh to.
Oh gosh. It's like I can teach you that in space. I can teach you that in hearts. That's a stupid one, but that was funny in my opinion.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Cell would not have any of it with either of us.
He'd be like, why did I even bother?
She.
Sorry, she, yeah. It's like, why did I even bother?
Okay, what about, Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Actually, now that I think about it, you'd think looking at the dwarves would bring back a bit of PTSD when he had to dress up as a garden gnome.
Probably.
Okay, which one of the dwarves would you say is the most open to hugs?
The most open, huh? Well, I imagine it would have to be a tie between either Happy or Dopey.
Okay, apart from Grumpy, which one would you say would take the most convincing?
The most what?
Because
Convincing.
this time.
Convincing?
You know, to get a hug out of them.
Probably be Bashful.
I don't know why Bashful would refuse a hug myself, but...
Not so much refused, but he'd be like, oh. Know what I mean? Just as soon as he gets the hug, all of a sudden he's just like bright red and he's like, oh.
Yeah, he's like Urkel from Family Matters. It's no question. Grumpy would probably take the most coaxing to get a hug from.
Yeah. So confound it, let go of me! If we see Shropey just running away, we found him. Like, Shropey don't want to hurt anyone. Shropey just wants to be Shropey. That was just random. It's like, how
I
was...
still can't believe Sal thought you were making a Harry Potter reference.
I get the ideal assumption of what she thought, but it wasn't the immediate attention. It's just how it came off, really. It's like, Shropey got apple from someone. Master never gives anything to Shropey. I saw something on Twitter that made me realize how terrifying people's minds can be at times.
Terrifying?
So, someone on Twitter mentioned of how, imagine a 1,000 Heartless fight, but with the Hot Rod enemies.
Oh.
And I thought to myself, how evil are you? Because those things are annoying as hell to fight with just 2 or 3. I don't need 1,000.
Speaking of the hot rods, I might know what the Pokemon equivalent to that is now.
Hot Rod?
Yeah.
The Toontown car Heartless, right?
Yeah.
Just wanted to clarify. But the reason why I was thinking of that was because I was thinking to myself, imagine having to fight 1,000 of Maleficent's goons.
Behold. Enter Revavroom. Our first ever steel and poison type.
Wait, is that the engine for the car?
Yep.
I saw that and it was like a boss and I was just like, what the frick is that thing supposed to be? You mean to tell me an engine blocks a frickin' Pokemon?
And it evolves from leveling up a Varoom.
What is that thing supposed to look like, though?
It's a car engine.
Which part, though?
I don't know.
Because I see the hood ornament and I see the little,
I think that
pipe
the thing
thing.
that you said that was the hood ornament was supposed to be the engine itself.
This is? Huh.
No, that's the... I don't know what it is.
Because I was referring to this as a hood ornament. I'm talking about this thing right here as to what that is.
That's the engine.
Oh, like one of the pistons and stuff. Okay. I gotcha. I have to say, I don't know what's a weirder generation, but an engine block Pokemon is definitely one of them.
When you were saying a weirder generation, I was expecting you to refer to numbers.
I mean, really, in all honesty, when you really break it down...
We're in Generation 9.
Right.
And when you were saying that you don't know which one is weirder, I was expecting you to compare it to another generation.
Such as?
Generation 5, where it had the Chandelier Ghost.
Oh, the Chandelier Ghost isn't really that strange to me, in all honesty.
Or Generation 6, with the Pokemon that's based on a perfume bottle and a can-can dancer.
Oh, right. Had to think for a sec. I was like, huh? Who? What? And then as soon as you said can-can dancer, I was like, oh, I know who you're talking about now. Now, the weirdest one for me would have to be a tie between the garbage bag looking one.
Oh, Trubbish and Garbodor?
Yeah. Or the mushroom with a freaking Pokeball on his head.
Oh, Fungus, Amoongus, and now Brute Bonnet.
Right. It's just one of those things where it's like, those two alone is what kind of made me think to myself and go, they're running out of ideas, ain't they?
They're not running out of ideas.
Yeah, a couple generations later. But we could,
Oh,
we
God,
could check.
I just realized something a bit dark.
And that would be...
What if the army of Heartless Maleficent commands was made up of her original underlings?
That would not surprise me, but at the same time, yes, that is very dark. Especially because the whole Heartless transformation thing leaves to be very confusing at times. And I say confusing because we're only ever shown a Heartless transformation technically twice in the series. Well, 3 times if you count Sora.
One time in Traverse Town, where we see the soldier.
Right. And then the second time, technically in Kingdom Hearts 3, where, I forgot Rapunzel's, mother's name.
Gothel?
Gothel, thank you. After she technically dies, her robe somehow transforms into a Heartless.
Wait, isn't there also Scar in the Pride Lands?
Oh yeah, you're right. But yet, for some reason, he remains a form of his own still. Like, yeah, he embodies the power of darkness in his body and stuff like that. But it's like, it's confusing because at first glance, you think to yourself, you first have to be alive in order to become a Heartless. But in Scar's and Gothel's case, they had died before transforming into Heartlesses.
Right, so would that mean you destroying them would be killing them again?
In a sense, yeah, because in theory, of course, darkness remains in a person's body after the main soul perish. Meaning that the darkness can just easily transform over time and become a Heartless. So in that same instance, Maleficent's goons that get defeated could in turn be transformed into Heartless after the events here. So for all we know, we could have been fighting her goons all this time. That's messed up. Like, imagine if Shroopy was DeThanos!
Oh no.
Can you imagine that story arc right there? Shroopy was just a lonely little guy, and then all of a sudden he become Xanos just to spite on people.
I don't know what's more fucked up, that or the part from FMA Brotherhood where the girl and the dog were fused together.
Oh gosh. That is definitely messed up.
Apart from the legendaries, which Pokemon would you say that the trio here would have on their teams?
Well, I want to say for Aqua, it would obviously be water and ice types. But I also want to imagine possibly... Which Pokemon would you say would be more... Aside from Abracadabra and Alakazam, is there another Pokemon that's like magic immune or something like that?
Gardevoir.
Okay, there's that. We could also probably throw Mr. Mime in the equivalent of things because of the barrier. Aqua's known for her barrier magic.
We could use the Galarian one because it's Psychic Ice type instead of Psychic Fairy.
Oh, that works even better. So yeah, there's that. For Terra, his would be more Fire Earth or Fire Ground, depending on how you want to look at it. So aside from Groudon...
Well, Ground would be the correct type name.
Right.
Camerupt would definitely be on that team.
Yeah. I definitely want to put at least one Fire starter in terms of Terra. But to think of a good Fire Ground type...
We don't have a Fire Ground type starter.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think we do we?
Oh! Okay, it's kind of being a bit creative, but... You know the Fire type starter Skeledirge, right? From Scarlet and Violet?
Yeah.
The one that has, like, the little firebird on the snout?
Yeah.
It could represent him turning into the Lingering Will.
Ooh. Okay, I like that. That would work very well, actually, in all honesty. I want to... I don't know why, but I would like to fit in, what's that big, rock-looking thing called again?
There's a lot of big rock-looking thing Pokemon, Chris.
I know. Hang on. I'm gonna try to look it up. Golurk.
Okay, Golurk, okay.
Like, I know it sounds weird, but I want to default to put him...
It's ground ghost type.
Yeah.
And it does resemble the armor.
And then, there's a Tyranitar.
That's obvious. That's...
I mean, yeah, we're putting more ground elements, but technically, Aqua and Ven don't learn any ground, element moves, and Terra learns all of them, so...
And Tyranitar is Rock Dark type.
Yeah, which is more fitting. So that would make sense. Then...
Ventus...
He's wind elements, so we gotta figure up, aside from, like, bird types and stuff like that, we gotta think of, like, other stuff.
Tornadus?
That could work.
It's a pure flying type.
Yeah.
Although it's another legendary.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's the legendary. I would put Latios and Latios, but again, legendaries. I mean, there's the obvious, Pidgeotto and Pidgeot stuff.
I feel like if we were to consider the links that the characters have with each other, when Aqua is linked with Ventus, she'd have Staraptor.
Aside from Pikachu, is there another fast-like Pokemon?
There's a lot of fast Pokemon outside of Pikachu.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm sure, because technically whenever you use Ven's D-Link, Haste is an ability, which helps makes you go fast. So, a Pokemon that's fast enough would be a good one.
I could maybe see Ventus having a Lucario.
Okay, yeah. I think Lucario, when you think about Fenn's original origin, it actually is the most fitting for Lucario, because in one of the films, Lucario is teamed up with a legendary hero, right?
Sir Aaron.
Yeah. And since Finn was originated from Union Cross and time traveled to the time period in which Birth by Sleep takes place and further on, it would make sense that Finn and that Lucario in specifically would kind of match up.
Huh.
Again, in terms of like origin base.
I could see Lapras with Aqua.
Definitely. Lapras with Aqua. That definitely makes more sense.
Which Pokemon would Ericus have?
Ooh. What's that one, rock fish type?
Relicanth?
I think so, yeah. It's from Generation 3. That'd probably
that's Relicanth.
That'd be one, I think. In terms of how you have to train, Magikarp, Gyarados probably.
And of course, the Mega Evolution is a Dark type.
Yeah. No. Ooh. Forgot about that.
Yeah, Gyarados is Water Dark.
Forgot about that part. Ericus probably wouldn't want that, then. Obviously, for his story's sake. That's gonna be hard to do, because it's hard to think of a Pokemon that's, like, pure of light, but yet that has the same equivalence of that of, like, a mastery of some kind. Again, we could say Alakazam and stuff, but I don't know.
I mean, Alakazam would fit in that case.
Yeah, it could. Especially with this, is it a Mega Evolution that I'm thinking of?
Yeah, Mega Alakazam.
Okay, so it does have a Mega Evolution.
Where just by sitting down, it loses a foot in height. Maleficent would have a Giratina. And a Trevenant to represent the Dark Thorns.
Yep.
I think I remember doing a rework of Charizard for the Shiny, where it instead had green flames, similar to Maleficent's Dragonfire.
That would make sense.
Oh wow, this is something we never saw her do in any of the other games.
Yeah, flying. Because that's the thing that I will say about these secret bosses. They are fast. It's like once
And they pack a punch on top of that.
Oh, no kidding. Like, you can beat them at, like, level... Ooh, my health. I was not looking health.
Yes. At level, ooh, my health.
There certainly isn't much in terms of design specs. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, let's try that again. That was necessary.
So are you just fighting these guys for the Moogle's amusement?
Probably. Like, the only reason why I think that is because I discovered a form of commercialism that Final Fantasy had made years back. Like, I believe it was advertising Final Fantasy VI at the time. But it's like, there was a Moogle, and he was basically hiring new enemies and monsters for the new Final Fantasy game. And every single time a monster would show up, he's like, okay, and then all of a sudden you see some kind of explosion or a boom, and then he's like, next!
Oh, I've seen that one.
I would have to show you it, but it's like, whoa, okay, that Moogle is just super powerful, so I can imagine for his amusement, he just, like, finds the strongest enemy, and if it's even remotely decent, he'll imprison them and be like, you'll be good for later on.
He's basically got the power that most people portray Tom Nook from Animal Crossing to have. What the fuck is that?
It's called the Imprisoner. It's a pretty unique boss. Oh no 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 no